What Manchester United fans said about Paul Pogba after Russia won 3 France. Paul Pogba, a name that will divide any group of mates when discussing the beautiful game down the pub. Is he being mismanaged by Jose Mourinho at Manchester United? Or is he simply not the player everyone thought he was after his brilliant spell with Juventus? At the start of the season, it looked as if Pogba had banished the demons of his inconsistent debut campaign, scoring goals and looking like a complete midfielder alongside Nemanja Matic. However, a 3-month injury layoff has really hindered that progress, with Pogba now finding it hard to even get minutes for United. His much-publicized spat with Mourinho is certainly not helping things, while France manager Didier Deschamps has also voiced concern about his current situation at United. Pogba actually had to make do with the bench once again during France's 3-2 loss to Colombia on Friday, although he did appear after 65 minutes, but he was given the chance to start against Russia. Deschamps did something very un-Mourinho by naming Pogba in a midfield 3 alongside N'Golo Kante and Adrien Rabiot, with Kylian Mbappé, Anthony Martial and Ousmane Dembélé up front. So how did Pogba do? Well, he picked up an assist for Mbappe's opening goal with a brilliantly executed through ball. Then, he wowed the fans in the St. Petersburg Stadium with a delicious free kick, one that he had won himself after taking a few too many touches. That's a real beauty. And United fans realized that their midfield maestro was still brilliant and must be given a bit more TLC. It's a pretty emphatic response. United fans want Pogba back in the fold, and if that is at the expense of Scott McTominay, then so be it. The Red Devils' first game after the conclusion of the international break will be at home against Swansea, and it will be interesting to see whether Pogba is handed another chance under Mourinho. French fans will be hoping their midfield star gets some much-needed minutes ahead of the World Cup in Russia.
Выносит мяч Марсиаль, Смолов. Удар, добивание. Ну как быстро сыграл. Смольников и Смолов, открывается прострел. Федор, гол! Федор Смолов забивает в своем первом капитанском матче за сборную России. Ну и блестящая передача с фланга от Игоря Смольникова.
Он красавец, сам Смолов сбросил мяч головой и побежал, но Смольников,
ну и Ерокину спасибо за то, что он не задержал ни на миллисекунду вот это развитие атаки. Там скидка была блестящая. И вот Ерокин подобрал ногу, чтобы действительно не потерять ни мгновения. Хорошо сыграл, блядь, Матюди, Мбаппе.
Ну что
Мбаппе
делает?
пробил Лунёва.
Ой, ну как
обидно.
Ну ладно, Лунёва обидно, это понятно. Ошибка, это видят все. 52 тысячи. Мы с тобой на трибунах. Ну как же Килиан Мбаппе раскачал сейчас.
Опять граната, видимо, да? Давайте смотреть, чтобы никому
на ровном месте.
Лишних.
Просто на ровном месте.
Только что была замена защитника. Вот как французы пропустили мяч после замены Канте. Что здесь?
Why Olivier Giroud threatened to walk away from an interview after Russia friendly. Olivier Giroud has had to endure a rather difficult season. After failing to secure a regular spot in a woeful Arsenal side, the French striker was shipped off to Chelsea to make room for Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang in the winter window. Sadly, the move across London has only seen Giroud's arduous season continue. The Frenchman might have a right to feel a little aggrieved since his arrival at Stamford Bridge, having watched midfield maestro Eden Hazard start as a false 9 in his place on occasion. However, the fact that he is yet to score in the Premier League might suggest why Antonio Conte has little faith in him. The 31-year-old, who might have one of the finest beards in the game, has very little going for him at the moment. The international break represented a welcome break from the struggles of club football for Giroud after he was named in one of the strongest French squads in recent times. Giroud started alongside Kylian Mbappé and Antoine Griezmann in his side's 3-2 loss to Colombia before being relegated to the bench for the second friendly with World Cup host Russia.
C'est pas inquiétant parce qu'encore une fois ça c'est arrivé et ça arrivera dans le futur. Voilà, ça a été le temps d'une mi-temps. Maintenant après attention, on est tombé contre un adversaire aussi qui nous est rentré dedans et qui a rien lâché jusqu'au bout. C'est leur ADN, la Colombie. Voilà, on n'est pas là pour parler aussi que de la Colombie. On a réajusté un peu le tir ce soir. On a été vraiment présent dans l'engagement, dans le défi physique. Donc je pense qu'il ne faut pas non plus trop regarder derrière. Il faut oublier cette deuxième mi-temps et encore une fois que ça nous serve de leçon pour la suite.
Tu t'es senti plus à l'aise dans un 3-3 ce soir par rapport à la Colombie ou le schéma tactique ne change pas grand-chose?
On l'a essayé plusieurs fois, comme le 4-4-2, le 4-3-3, je me sens à l'aise dans les deux. Maintenant, en étant rentré dans un match comme ça, une quinzaine de minutes, c'est difficile de se créer des situations, surtout qu'à la fin il poussait. Donc je ne vais pas en retirer des grands enseignements. Le principal, c'était de rentrer avec beaucoup de volonté, d'abnégation et d'aider l'équipe à gagner ce match.
Competing with the likes of Mbappé, Griezmann, Ousmane Dembélé and Anthony Martial for a place in the scintillating French attacking lineup might mean that Giroud will have to settle for a watcher's brief come to FIFA showpiece in June. Giroud's angry reaction to media. His performance in his national colors will have done little to improve Giroud's mood, and an incident with the media following the Russian friendly will not have helped one bit. Giroud gave an insight into his current state of mind after snapping at reporters for getting distracted by PSG star Mbappé while Giroud was in the middle of a sentence. The former Arsenal man was thoroughly unimpressed with the reporter's behavior and threatened to walk away from the interview. You want to see him? Go see him then, Giroud snarled as he angrily turned to leave. Reporters managed to convince him to stay, but you cannot blame the man for his furious reaction, can you? 2018 is certainly turning into a year to forget for Giroud.